We got one up, we got one down. I know one of them's Peloton, Renita, so I'm pretty sure that's the down one.
Absolutely. Let's start first with the upper because I want to start on a positive note this time, and it has to do with the EV space, which has been flooded, especially over in China with cheap EVs. But Xpeng managed to beat expectations in this latest quarter. In fact, they narrowed the losses, revenue rose, and margins improved, and it showed that the company can still improve on execution. They also guided for a rise in second quarter deliveries. So the adjusted loss was 21 cents, better than what analysts had expected. Revenue was far above expectations as well at more than $900 million. The company delivered just under 22,000 vehicles in the first quarter, meeting that prior guidance that it gave. And they also cut prices for some of their models during the quarter in March specifically, and that helped the company also nearly double revenue from services as well. That was also due to this tie-up with Volkswagen. Now, yesterday, the company launched its AI-powered in-car operating system, and that'll help drivers better identify road situations. It'll help them with parking, et cetera. And revenue per car came in at around $42,000. We saw quarterly gross profit up about 11 basis points. That was up about 13%. And we also saw the company see a sharp rise in services, as I said before. So if we look ahead to the second quarter, the company is expecting revenue of $1.16 billion at the high end, but that didn't clear the analyst estimate for $1.37 billion. And the company is expecting deliveries to rise somewhere between 25% and 38%. And that would put the deliveries at around 32,000 at the high end. They're expecting revenue per car to actually drop sequentially to 35,000. That's a key metric that gives you insight into how much the price of the car might be.
Okay, all right. So Xpeng up pretty big right now. All right, 8%. Peloton, though, oof, brutal.
I don't know if we could say any more about Peloton.
Right, what does it say?
You know, it just keeps falling. And it's enough that the company has all of its continued struggles since the pop during COVID and the letdown afterward and the continued letdown. But of course, we know that the CEO stepped down earlier this month, and shares are actually down pretty significantly year to date, somewhere around 45%. But today, the company is talking about a restructuring plan, or they have talked about in the past. Today, the company is talking about issuing convertible bonds as part of a debt swap. And they're now calling this a, quote, global refinancing. They're going to offer about $275 million worth of convertible senior notes in a private offering that'll be due in 2029. And they're also entering into a $1 billion 5-year term loan facility and a $100 million 5-year revolving credit facility. And they say the first people to purchase the convertible debt are going to have a 13-day option to buy up to an additional $41.3 million in the notes. Now, this comes after the company, we heard chatter that it's being poached by private equity firms about a buyout. Why not just sell the thing already? You know, this may be a pretty good asset for a company already in this industry. And I have to say, I wonder if any other company in the industry is looking at this for a takeout target, Oliver. I've always wondered that over the past few years.
Rumor that Apple would do it, come to the rescue, but I'm starting to think maybe it's I don't know, smoke and mirrors a little bit by those hoping this ends a different way than the way it looks like it's going to end.
Yeah.
You know, but it would be unfortunate for those who invested into the programs and the software and stuff if all that went away. But boy, it is looking real rough. I mean, how many tranches of debt and layers and lifelines? I mean, it's crazy how many lifelines this company is running on.
And that's what makes it such a complicated situation, you know.
Oh, yeah, so many different debt owners now.
So many different debt owners, and now they want to issue even more debt. So we'll find out how this works out.
Yeah. All right. It's all going to hit the stock. Thanks for the update. 14.5% down the day. Thanks, Renita. Okay.